Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here. Thanks to my consistent nagging feeling that I don't have enough equipment ever, we hit some local thrift stores and looked for some camera equipment in this one. I was actually looking for a point-and-shoot because, to be honest, I had only been shooting on the Canon FTB QL. This is a great camera to shoot with, but when it comes to just spur-of-the-moment shooting, going around, walking around with your friends, this is not necessarily a camera for you because obviously everything is very manual on here. That is the focus, the ISO, the shutter speed, the f-stop is all manual, so you really need to plan your shots with this sort of stuff. Now, it should be noted that before I left the house, there was a little man on my shoulder telling me, "Nick, why are you trying to go to thrift stores? You probably know that most of them are going to be closed thanks to COVID." Well, that little man was correct. Much to my surprise, the thrift store was not actually completely sold out of film cameras just yet. That's where I ran into this bad boy right here. This is the Nikon Lite-Touch Zoom 140 ED autofocus. This is a great camera. It's small, it's compact, you can carry it in your pocket. It takes 35mm film. Everything about this camera is automatic. So literally to the point where you don't even have to put in ISO, or you don't really have the choice to input the ISO that you want to be shooting at, whether that's box speed or you want to push it a few stops, whatever it is all automatic with this camera. Now, when compared to shooting it on a Canon FTB QL, a big brick like this is a great camera to shoot with. Now you kind of have two ends of the spectrum here. So after a quick run to my local camera store, I decided to hit the streets and finally try this camera out. Shortly after that, I decided to head to my local 99-cent store to try and reenact this photo right here, which clearly did not work. You might be asking yourself, "Nick, why would you shoot on dog like a Fujicolor C200? Well, to be honest, I've never shot on this camera and I've also never shot on this film, so it's a great day to try new things. Also, I didn't want to waste for a $12 roll of film to put into a camera that I wasn't even sure worked well or not. Finally, we decided to end the day at our local Poway Park. I wanted to see how sunlight sort of reenacted with the camera and the lens here, and the results once again were manageable. While this camera may not be your typical Contax T2 that is hellaciously expensive, now thanks a lot Kylie Jenner, really sticking up for the small man here. It is not an amazing camera by any means, but if you are looking for a small, fun point-and-shoot 35mm camera to sort of dip your toe into the water that is 35mm film, this would definitely be a good choice. You can find a lot of them on either like shopgoodwill.com, eBay, Amazon, whatever you need. You can find them for relatively cheap. I got this again at my local thrift store for like $5, so there's really not too much to lose with this. It's not like you're spending $200 to $300 on it. Most likely you might actually be spending more on the film that you're putting into it as opposed to the camera itself. And with that being said, the camera is very good for the price that you're getting it. There's a zoom lens on it, so you will be able to zoom in and out there. And yeah, I mean, aside from that, there's not too much else to talk about with this camera. Everything else is very, very, very automatic and sort of just self-running. You cannot change the ISO. Once again, you cannot change the shutter speed. You cannot change the f-stop. Everything is very, very, there's maybe a few settings on here. You have your usual flash, you know, you have your non-flash, then you have non-flash landscape, and I think that's about it in scale of everything else. One more thing that I wanted to talk about that I thought was quite funny is that if you can see, you probably can't, but as of right about there, there's a panorama switch. At first when I saw this, I thought, wow, that is kind of cool actually. I wonder how that's going to be treated on film. And then I realized panorama switch doesn't do anything except add 2 black bars on the top and the bottom of your frame. Like that. As a matter of fact, it will catch the 2 little black bars on both sides right there. So while it is not actually a panoramic setting, it makes the photo look as if it was done in a panoramic setting. That's about it. Once again, there's not a whole lot to talk about with this camera. It's very sort of direct, and you put film in, it's self-winding, so you literally pop the film in, it winds itself up. Apparently once you hit 36 or 37, whatever it is, it will rewind the film itself. I think that might be the one issue that I have with this camera, is that at least with the first roll that I put in, I had to hit sort of that reset button right there that would allow the camera to wind the film up, not automatically, I guess. So that's the only thing that I ran into, but once again, for a $5 camera like this, I would be more than happy to press that button with every roll of film. Please make sure to go and follow me on Instagram. That's at GoodGriefMedia and GoodGriefAnalog. All of the photos that you see here will be uploaded there as well. I still have prints available at GoodGriefMedia.DARKROOM.TECH, with a large portion of the proceeds going towards the ACLU by the end of the month. So please make sure to go and buy yourself some art right there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.